to another episode of The Club. I am one of your hosts, Ashlyn Clark. I'm here joined by one of my best friends on the planet who lives way too far away from me, Miss Katie Hoyt. How are you?
I am doing okay. Missing you. Ever since you left, things have not been the same, but it
No, I
was
totally agree.
nice when you got to come over to my house, not once but twice, and both times for breakfast. And I fed you the same thing both
Yeah.
times. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm happy that I got to see you, got to see Jake, got to see, of course, the queen, the all-star, the birthday girl, Miss Susanna. And it was just such a lovely holiday break, getting to see people, getting to sit my big ass on the couch. And yeah, I have no complaints. How about you?
Yeah, no complaints here either. I have been officially marked safe from family Christmas. For those of y'all that are new here, I hope, first of all, let me just say, I hope this episode about Heated Rivalry brings people to the podcast. But for those of y'all who don't know us, both born and raised in Alabama, and as unfortunate as it is, I now live in Utah, although I love it very much, had to fly home for the holidays. And honestly, every year I'm like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
And then I end up doing it every single year
Right.
again.
Right.
But I got to spend time with Katie. I do have a 2-year-old daughter who just turned 2 on the 28th. We had a big birthday party for her. She was living her best.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did we do? That's kind of it. I feel like we just saw people. I'm really just thankful that there weren't any like holiday delays for travel. So the travel was actually fine this year
Yeah.
compared to prior. So we'll take what we can get.
Yeah. No, I feel like you guys were kind of just all over the place, as you always are. We've discussed this before, but if you are new here, Ashlyn and her husband are both children of split families. I don't know how else really to say
So
that.
we have our parents are divorced.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Blended.
Yeah.
If the PC word for it is blended families, which means we have hella stepbrothers, hella stepsisters, step cousins.
Yep.
You know, like it's a whole thing. So when we do go home for either Thanksgiving or Christmas, it's like 8 events.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know how you guys do it. Like, I seriously am exhausted, and I need to honestly like take a step back, be grateful that I go to 2 Christmas events, and that's it.
Okay, 2 is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we ended up doing 7 or 8 this year. But the funny part is like our parents are always like, well, we don't see you that much. I'm like, yeah, because you couldn't fucking stay married long enough for us to like have one event. And now I have to split my time. And so that's really on you, girls. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you know what?
totally.
It's okay. It's fun. There's way more aunts and uncles for Susanna because of this. So
right.
I think she deserves it.
She absolutely does. The video of her saying happy birthday to is seriously the funniest video on the planet. Her face, the like way she's looking around, like concerned, a little nervous.
Very nervous, very confused.
Yeah. She is the cutest freaking thing. We did a little photo shoot at my house, and like she is at such a cute age where she like understands you. She can kind of like talk to you, and she is seriously the best. One of my favorite things was when you were getting like the balloons ready for the photo shoot, and she just kept saying like, "Mommy needs help. I help you, Mommy." And you would say over and over and over, "No, Mommy doesn't need help." And she's, "Mommy, I help you. Mommy needs help." Over and over and over again. She is the sweetest, cutest. Like every time I send a photo of her in our family group message, they're like, she is literally the cutest child on the planet.
Thank you. I agree. It's insane how like task oriented she is at 2. She's like, she just wants to be given a task at all times. And so I just do it. But like if you're doing something and you don't want help, you better give her something else to do because she will insist upon doing whatever it is you're doing. So like I usually let her like up on a stool to help me cook. And sometimes I let her actually help do whatever I'm doing, but most of the time I just give her like a fake thing to do. So I'm like, oh, you had to cut up this cheese for me,
Yeah.
like, or just like something that's like completely unrelated to the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
So that way she feels like she's helping and she's
Right.
not actually like in the way.
Right.
So, anyways,
Absolutely.
the most fun stage. I love toddlers. I love children. Never did until I had a kid. So like if you're pregnant and you're like, I don't really fuck with kids, don't worry, it will come
Yeah.
as your kid gets older.
Absolutely.
But yeah. Yeah, no, it was a fun time. Just getting to see Susanna like enjoy the magic of the holidays was the best.
Of course.
She doesn't understand Santa yet, of course, but next year I think will be kind of like the year that she's like, oh, Santa comes.
Next year's going to be so much fun because she'll be 3, which is how old my niece is, which my niece is a little bit older, like at the holidays. She's like almost 4. The best freaking age, like they can have full blown conversations, which not that Susanna can't because she really can, but the level of understanding is just like a little bit more. And
Yeah.
wow, they are so much fun. So anyway, what else is new with you? What all have you had going on? How have things been since you've been back?
Girl, I haven't been doing shit. Actually, our family flew out to Park City. So we did go to Park City once we got back home for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
I felt really bad because they were here for a skiing trip and there was no snow. And the day they left, while they're driving home, blizzard.
Oh no! Of course, it always
So
happens that way.
I felt so bad just wishing they could have gone back out on the slopes and enjoyed.
Yeah.
But my father-in-law did tear his ACL on the mountain, so that
You're
kind of shit.
kidding.
No, yeah, I wish. So that sucks. He is actually a nurse for an orthopedic surgeon, like an OR nurse. So I think he's gonna get taken great care of. However, I don't think I would wish an ACL tear on like maybe my worst enemy, but like not someone
Yeah.
that I even like a little bit dislike.
No,
It just seems like a hard recovery.
especially at like an older age. Like I feel like when you're like in high school or something, that's such a slow. You get to like miss school, and like if you're playing a sport, you don't have to go to practice.
Come
or
back in the big ass
anything.
brace.
Yes. Yes, but no, that really, really fucking sucks. You did not tell me that, so prayers for him.
My bad.
Prayers for him
Yeah.
and for your mother-in-law because somebody's got to take care of him too.
Yeah. Correct. So yeah, that's all we've done. Like I've gone back to work, not really anything new there, and yeah, just been chilling. How have you guys been? What's up?
Nothing. Like quite literally nothing.
Okay, I love it. That's what January is fucking for. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not like New Year, new me. not 0%. Like I did come home and like
Yeah.
clean out my house because we had so many new gifts from Christmas. So you have to clean some things out. So we did that, and I think that I'll continue to make little changes, mostly house related, but I'm not the type of girl on Jan 1 that's
Yeah.
going to be like, I'm meal prepping. I'm going to the gym every day. I like kind of like how I live now.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally fair. And especially, I think this is my kind of like philosophy on it. If Jan 1, like this year, was on a Thursday, we're not doing anything Jan 1, Jan 2, Jan 3, Jan 4. Everything starts on January 5th because that's the first Monday of the year. Those other days, they don't count. That's a wash. That's still part of the like black hole that is the week
Yeah.
between Christmas and New Year's. But yeah, typically I am a little bit that way. Like I love a house purge, which I did. But there wasn't that much to purge.
Everyone did. I think there was lines out the ass at every Goodwill for the donation part.
Literally. No, like when we pulled up to Goodwill, there was like a line of cars and then more people pulling up as we were unloading all of our stuff. So yeah, typically, I mean, I feel like we just kind of live the lifestyle that we're going to live. Maybe there's like a little reset or realized motivations at the beginning of the year. But other than that, No, I agree. January is for doing nothing, waiting for winter to end. Specifically, I feel like in the South, like January, February really are the worst months because like it's miserable here. And then March hits and things kind of start to get warm again. And, you know, you can sit outside and it just, yeah, March is really nice. So we're just kind of in that lull part of the year where we're literally just like surviving day to day.
I know. It's so nice. I love doing nothing. Like,
Same.
I mean, we've just been doing stuff like with Susanna. Like, she had some friends' birthday parties. We went to gymnastics. Like, we've just been like doing fun stuff, but not
Yeah.
like there's no pressure on the new year, which is always
Yes,
nice.
it's so nice.
for me.
Yes, especially after being so busy with the holidays and having so many plans and little parties and gatherings and stuff that you have to go to. It's nice to just kind of like be with your family at
Yeah.
home, doing whatever you want to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And so during our little lull, I went back and listened to our December episode. If you guys haven't listened to it, what book did we do? No, I can't even
Brimstone?
remember.
Was it Callie Hart?
Brimstone
Yeah.
by Callie Hart. That's exactly right. But usually at the end of the year, we do this thing where we'll go over like our most and least favorite book that we read, and then just like a little bit of pop culture stuff. And we forgot to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want, we can go over our most and least favorite books of a 2025.
Okay. Do you want to do it books, all books of 2025 or books that we covered on the podcast?
All books. However,
Okay.
for me, those are the same things. I think I read one extra book all year.
Okay. And that book was in December. Okay. Do you want to go first for what your favorite book that we read was?
So I have a tie between The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig and Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins.
Okay. I think that's really fair. I believe mine is going to be Sunrise on the Reaping, and it's one of those where as I get further out from, like, I loved it when I read it. Do not misunderstand. The further out I get, I'm like, that book was so fucking good, and I've been recommending it to people. I think the movie comes out like next November or something like that, but it was really good.
And we didn't read the other Suzanne Collins for the podcast, did we?
Ballad of
Songbirds and Snakes?
No, we didn't.
Okay. So that was your first Suzanne Collins.
Yes, it was. Well,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, I did attempt to read The Hunger Games. This must have been like 2 years ago. I seriously got 4% in, and I was like, I can't. Like, it's too juvenile.
YA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I did not feel that way with Sunrise on the Reaping. I don't know if maybe it was because it's kind of from like a male point of view, or maybe his perspective is just different than Katniss's, but I really, really greatly enjoyed reading from Haymitch's point of view.
Same. Okay, and then do you have another one, or is that just like that's the one?
That was kind of my favorite of books that we read. And then some others that I read. I was looking back at all of my books from last year. I didn't read anything that was so earth-shattering. The only one is called Bending the Rules by Mariah Dietz. Dietz. I don't know how to say her last name. It was stupid. It was like a high school football college football romance. It was so crazy. The ending, it wasn't like a standalone. So like there's 2 books to it. The ending, like the plot twist was so crazy at the end. I remember it was like midnight. I immediately downloaded the next book and stayed up until like 2 a.m. reading that one. So that was really good. And then I'm trying to think. I really didn't read anything else that I just like loved this year. The only other one was Heartless by Elsie Silver. What a man.
Cowboy.
And it was Single Dad, and that book transformed my opinion and my perspective on single dad books, because wow, I'm obsessed with him.
Okay. Okay, Elsie Silver. She's getting a show on or a movie on one of these, right?
Yes, she is. I believe it's a show. I can't remember. We said who it was and who picked it up, but I can't remember. It's not for this series, though. It's for her other one, the one that's
it's a different
Wild
one.
Sidecar Heart, whatever.
Gotcha. Okay. But still, Cowboy probably will still be really good.
100%. I haven't read any of those, but I need to.
Okay. My worst book of the year, and Katie's gonna be mad, but she already knows what it's gonna be, is Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's fine.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I just think that if you're already a Jessa Hastings girl, you loved it. If this is your intro to Jessa Hastings, it's just not a good intro. Like, you have to have like a preconceived idea and like respect and love for her work in order to appreciate it. I feel like. So
Okay.
I think that's fine. I would say my worst book was probably The Gingerbread Bakery.
Damn.
But
I didn't like that one either, but it wasn't like I disliked it enough to put it as like lowest. But of books, we just read so many good books this year.
Yeah, we did.
Got lucky.
We did. I'm trying
2024 was kind of rough, but 2025 was better.
Yeah, I was trying to look and see what else we read this year. And I can't find anything that's just like particularly awful. Like, I feel like all the books I either felt okay about or I liked it. So, yeah, I think that was probably my worst one.
Okay, any new updates on the book culture? I feel like we've already reported that. Oh,
like,
you do have some.
Like, I actually have like so many. So we need to rapid fire.
Let's dive in.
Okay. So, first of all, Broken Dove, which is Silver Elite Book 2, comes out on May 12th of this year. No other.
Will it be enough time? Did she get picked up by a publisher?
Girl, probably.
Or was she already published? She might have already been published.
Was that? Did we pay money to read that book? Like,
I personally did. I got the hardback.
Oh my God. Okay. I can't. I just feel like that should have been on KU. We can talk shit all we want, but we both liked the story. So
yeah,
whatever.
Yes. So she's published, and we were trying to figure out who she was. So we went through the publishers, other authors, and we could not figure it out.
Yes, you're right. Okay. So hopefully this one, there's a little bit more of like an editing piece. We will see. Okay, next piece of news. Quicksilver Book 3, no title yet, is supposed to come out November 10th. With this book, the published date did get backed up, like for Book 2. Brimstone, it was supposed to be October. It then got released like a month after, I guess. Or no, it was like a year after.
Long enough. I just feel like you need to give yourself time. But I think it was her that was saying that she was hoping it would just be a duology, and then she felt like she needed to add a third book. So maybe she already had a lot of the content for the third book done.
I think so, because when I'm thinking about it, when we read Quicksilver, I was not living in my house because it had been struck by lightning. That was not this summer, but the summer before. And Book 2 was supposed to come out that October, like a couple months later. Ended up not coming out until this November. So she kind of had like an additional full year of, I guess, edits on that she probably spent some time writing Book 3. I imagine at that point, like, you have a good kind of idea of what you want to write. So we'll see. That's what it's slated for as of now. But I'm not going to hold her to it just because I feel like if one book gets pushed back, it's likely that the next one's going to as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll see.
Okay, next piece of book news, Hannah Brown. And we actually missed this. This is not really like new news, but it is new to me. She announced the title of her third rom-com book, Reasons to be Loved by You. The published date is June 23rd, and there's no information yet. There's not like a book synopsis. We don't know who it's about. Don't know if it's related to the other 2 books. We don't know anything yet, but that has also been announced.
I hope it's not. I think we're done with that friend group.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, I think so. I didn't even read the second one, but I feel like it would have been good.
Yeah.
I hope it's something new. I really liked that book. I just, like, didn't really care about anyone except for the main character.
Right, exactly.
So, I'm like, I don't really feel like there's a need to, like, jump down a rabbit hole of each of your side characters.
I completely agree. Completely
good for
agree.
Hannah Brown. I feel like she's probably making bank because she's doing, like, book tours, and she just, I don't know. I feel like she's the right fit after reading her first book.
Yep. No, I completely agree. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. I've got 2 more. The next one is huge, huge, huge. Magnolia Parks was picked up by A24,
God.
which was the same studio that produced Euphoria. They're widely acclaimed to be like one of the best production companies in the industry. Per the article, they are understood to be a reasonable way into development. So that is so exciting.
Okay. For everyone who doesn't know what Magnolia Parks is, Jessa Hastings, who wrote my worst book of last year, has a series called Magnolia Parks where it follows these rich Londonites or something, essentially like London version of Gossip Girl.
Yes.
Katie's obsessed. Millions of people are obsessed. I don't know that, but it doesn't say that it's like in production or anything, but it got picked up for production.
Yeah, it just say that it's in development. So we will see.
However, we've been waiting on season 3 or 4 of Euphoria for like 3 years. So who knows?
Yeah.
If we'll ever see the light of day. I hope so, for Katie's sake and for mine. I probably would watch it.
No, I feel like this is really a show that has a lot of potential for, it's a book that has a lot of potential for a TV show. I feel like there's a lot of ways that you can adapt things. I think that you've got a lot of different storylines, a lot of different characters that you can kind of pull things from, especially because it's kind of like a dual series. So it's like Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates. You can have their storylines running simultaneously.
Yeah.
I think that this is a really, really good one, at least in premise. The writing is not the best, which is Jessa's like biggest downfall, but who the fuck cares when it comes to TV production? They're not.
Yeah, it doesn't. They're going to rewrite it as a script anyways.
Exactly.
Have like perfect writing.
Exactly. So that's extremely exciting. And then last thing that I just want to like very briefly touch on is that The People We Meet on Vacation movie has officially come out. I plan to watch it here in the next couple of weeks and just wanted to get your like what you've kind of seen online. From my perspective, it's been a lot of people saying like it's so good they can't believe how much better the movie adaptation is than the book.
Yeah. I've only seen positive reviews about it. Now, if you go to like the person who's reviewing and you look in the comments, people will say, well, I wish they would have included this, or like this was left out and I really liked that part of the book. I don't think you're going to find me complaining about it because I did not like that book. Like, that's my least favorite Emily Henry.
Yeah.
I'm happy that she got a movie though, and I'm happy that it's doing well. They also got really good actors. So I also plan on watching it probably in the next week or 2, and we can report back next month.
Okay, that sounds great. But kind of like the perfect segue is that I did see someone else say that Emily Henry followed the main character who plays Shane in Heated Rivalry on Instagram, and also it must not have been Netflix, but someone else important, maybe like the producer of Happy Place, also followed.
I literally was thinking which book would it be, because I feel like he could also be Miles from what's the one with the lemons on it?
Oh, Funny Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think there's any merit to that, especially because
she's probably just as invested as the rest of us
exactly
in this series.
Exactly.
And like, who can blame her?
exactly, heated rivalry is so in the zeitgeist right now. She's just a girl. So who
She's a girl.
knows? But yeah, that kind of segues us perfectly into this month's book, which is like the book all of a sudden of the year, last year, new year. I don't really know how it falls just since we're so like between years. But heated rivalry,
The
which
thing is, the book must be old if the show is already out.
girl, the
Like, do we
book
know the production date?
I'm on Goodreads. Let me just look and see because I want to say it's like
It's got to be like 3 or 4 years old.
2018 or something.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because there's like a ton of books now in the series, and a lot of the flashbacks. I mean, I don't think we even get past 2017 in the book as far as like timeline goes.
Yeah. Okay, that's the thing. Okay. This book was published March 25th, 2019. So it's almost 7 years old at this point.
Yeah.
Um
Well, we're new here. We just are doing what everyone tells us to do as usual. And the show, we will take some time in the episode to touch on the show as well. And so it's kind of like a 2-for-1.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just funny because until this show came out, I've never heard of this book. I've never heard of this author.
Me either.
I don't know who.
But she's Canadian, so maybe we're just like not.
That's a really good point. I don't know who just decided this new show was it on Prime is the best show ever, and then now
HBO.
That's right. That's right. I don't know who decided, but here we are.
I'm so happy to be here.
We do have FOMO. We had to capitalize on the moment, and so now we're here to talk about the book today. Like Ashlyn said, we'll touch on the show just a little bit, but I am going to try really hard to think about and talk about mostly the book, just because I feel like I kind of like fucked up watching the show.
Yeah, my wires kind of got crossed a little bit.
Yeah.
But when I took my notes, I have it very separate, like book notes and TV show notes. So hopefully there's not like too much crossover.
Okay. I will read our author biography, and then after that, Ashlyn will read our book synopsis. So the author biography is really short and sweet. This book is by Rachel Reid. Rachel Reid is the pen name of Rochelle Gogwin. She chose it because it's much easier to say, spell, and remember than Rachel Gogwin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Fair.
Rachel writes cute romantic smut, mostly about hockey players. Her Game Changers male hockey romance series is available from Carina Press. Rachel/Rochelle lives in Nova Scotia, Canada. She has always lived there, and it's looking like she probably always will. She has 2 boring degrees and 2 interesting kids. And that is the extent of our author biography.
Okay. I love 2 boring degrees. Like every time I read an author biography that says she has a master's in philosophy and rhetoric from this, I'm like, babe, we don't care.
No one cares. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
I don't want your resume.
Right.
I just want to know a little snippet. This was cute and sweet. Love it.
Yep. I completely agree.
Okay, so now for the book synopsis. It says, nothing interferes with Shane Hollander's game. Definitely not the sexy rival he loves to hate. Pro hockey star Shane Hollander isn't just crazy talented. He's got a spotless reputation. Hockey is his life. Now that he's captain of the Montreal Voyageurs, he won't let anything jeopardize that, especially the sexy Russian whose hard body keeps him awake at night. Same. Boston Bears captain Ilya Rozanov is everything Shane's not. The self-proclaimed king of the ice, he's as cocky as he is talented. No one can beat him, except Shane. They've made a career on their legendary rivalry, but when the skates come off, the heat between them is undeniable. When Ilya realizes he wants more than a few secret hookups, he knows he must walk away. The risk is too great. As their attraction intensifies, they struggle to keep their relationship out of the public eye. If the truth comes out, it could ruin them both. But when their need for each other rivals their ambition on the ice, secrecy is no longer an option.
Okay.
I don't feel like it gave that much away. I mean,
Yeah. I
I mean,
think
it's
when you go into a book called Heated Rivalry and it's two rivals, you kind of know these two people are going to be rivals and they're going to end up falling in love. So I don't know that like you can get around.
telling the plot.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So no real notes. So now let's move into overall thoughts on the book and just like generally discuss. I have plot first.
Okay.
Um, I thought the plot was okay. Like, this is my first sports quote unquote romance.
Okay.
And so I don't have a lot of like thoughtful discourse on that because I don't have any background
Okay.
knowledge of like what to expect, how much sport there should be versus romance. However, I'm not going to say this was a plot forward novel.
I think that's a great point. I absolutely hated how heavy the backstory was. Why am I 40% through the book and I'm still not at present day of this story? Like, I get it, it helps build things up, but this to me felt more like a series of like diary entries. And I just kept thinking, when does the book start? Like, when does the actual plot of the book start? I'll get into that later, but that was my biggest critique.
That's so funny. So I actually put that I like the chronological order of everything instead of, okay, now we're present day and now we're flashing back and now we're back to present day. I liked going through it to see how their relationship unfolded, but there was a point maybe in the middle of the book where I was like, oh, this is the plot. Like, there's not going to be this, you know, like 60% of the book is present day. It's just like, we're just going through the motions with them. But the prologue was what made me think that we were going to get back to present day pretty quick.
Yeah, no, exactly, because you start out and you are at present day. And so when you go backward, it kind of makes you think, oh, we're just going to get this cute little story of like how these two actually met. But it's only that. But it was so not. But the other like point that I wrote outside of that was I think that formula of this is the series of interactions that we have is the perfect formula for TV because it's kind of giving like rough outline and you can fill in the blanks however you want to because the story doesn't actually exist. You can fill it in kind of like as needed. So they had a lot of room to work with there.
Yeah, I had not like a problem with that, but like I had trouble keeping up with where we were and where we just were. So sometimes it would say like Montreal 2014 and then the next chapter would be like the next day. And I'm like, wait. The next day after what? Hang on. So that's probably just me being stupid, but I did find myself a lot of times going to the chapter list and seeing where we just were. And like the flying city to city to city, like back and forth. I'm sure that's just par for the course when it comes to a professional sport romance because you're always on the road. I was exhausted. I was like, oh my God, can we just be in 2 places? I don't want to be in 7.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It can be a lot. As far as your point of like how much sport there was, I felt like this was pretty typical. Like it takes you into some games, it takes you into some practices, it takes you into some locker room encounters. But outside of that, you shouldn't really be like learning about the game or learning about the sport in the book. I think this was kind of a good mix. And it's so funny because a lot of the discourse that I've seen online, like on TikTok, is like, I watched this entire show and I don't know a single new thing about hockey than I did before starting the show. That's how it should be.
Why would you?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of all I had for the plot. I mean, overall, very much enjoyed myself, but there were just like I can't get through an episode without critiquing.
Absolutely. Okay, so next up we've got kind of our overall thoughts on the romance. I said that I thought it was sweet, but I didn't know how well executed it was. I think that for me, it got better once we got to the present day. but just like the fact that they only saw each other a handful of times before then, it just the whole backstory being so long, everything just felt disjointed. And I understand that's the point, is like for so many years they've continued to just keep up with each other and like hook up every now and then, but for me it did not feel like it was building the romance until we got to the present day, like last half of the book.
Yeah. I really liked the romance. It was not the prologue because they already knew each other, but like whenever we got to the flashbacks to when they first met, it was a little fast for me, to be honest, especially because this was like Shane's first experience
Right.
sexually with a man. But giving that I am female, I have to just assume that this is probably how it goes. Like, because men are just different species. So
Yeah.
that wouldn't surprise me. But like for my particular taste in reading, I was like, whoa, hang on. Like, we already got our cocks out. You know what I mean? Like, we're not taking things. So
Yeah.
that was one thing for me, is like it started off really quick, but then like you said, it was just so like what they met up 3 times a year maybe to hook up. And then whenever you get to present day, you're hit with this realization that it's been 7 years.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh my God, these 2 poor men have been fighting these feelings for so long.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like it ended beautifully. I loved it. The romance was like amazing. And thank God, because it was most of the book.
Yes, exactly. Okay,
I did see a lot of people online.
Sorry, go ahead.
Talking about how this was like the gay man's version of 50 Shades of Grey, though. I just want to say I feel like that's a reach.
I completely agree, because this wasn't, to me, over the top or overly freaky or anything like that, whereas 50 Shades of Grey is more like
BDSM.
Yes, exactly. Like there's more like kinks and preferences and stuff, but this just feels like regular old gay sex.
Smut.
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me. I think that this is very representative of things that the average gay couple is doing in the bedroom with each other.
I also feel like this is exactly the amount of smut that I've read in other male-female books, but I think that everyone was confronted with it as a show first.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, I saw a butt. And they're not thinking about the fact that, like, yeah, like that's literally what we're all reading all the time.
Right.
Like, we're literally, that's what female. Honestly, I do feel like more of my straight female friends are watching it than I expected.
Yeah.
And have read it than I expected. So I just feel like there's like this, I don't know, there's this weird comparison out there in just, I think it's just because it's gay men.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's just a new experience for people, and they're having trouble like reconciling that between that being completely normal, because it's not what they're normally reading, and like the fact that you're reading things that are way spicier than that on an average basis.
Yeah, I encourage them to look into like some of the crazier stuff that Katie has read. What's that one? Haunting Adeline.
I knew that's the one you were gonna say.
50 Shades, Haunting Adeline, Den of Vipers. You guys, there's much crazier shit going on, okay, in our books.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is just the writing in general. I don't necessarily have any complaints.
Yeah, no, I
don't know how you feel.
I put the same thing. Like, I didn't catch anything. There wasn't anything that I was like particularly put off about. The only thing is, I hate third person in a romance book, especially like a short 300-page book. Why are you writing in the third person? Especially because you're doing dual POV, but Shane still is like the main character. You easily could have gotten away with first person single point of view in this book.
I don't know. I really, really liked Ilya's point of view. I still think you can do dual POV and just swap the first person.
Yeah.
If you just put the title of the instead of being
person.
like third person, you could just put just put like Ilya,
Yeah.
Marshall, whatever. I didn't really. It doesn't bother me. I'm fine with third person. I was like, yeah, like totally fine with all of the writing. I mean, sometimes it was a bit girly, like their thoughts
Yeah.
or like what was being said about people, but I think that's just what happens whenever a female writer is portraying a male character. And so it doesn't really bother me necessarily. Oh, one thing, they say fuck you to each other so much.
Yeah.
I was like blown away, but again, I think two men in the same sport that have been competitive forever would actually do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't like a problem. It was just something that I noticed.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Like it was noticeable, but I think that feels authentic. So, okay. We will move on to our character lineup. There's not a lot. I was kind of like struggling to come up with people to talk about here. So if you don't have much to say about any of these people, that's totally fine. But
yeah,
we needed to talk about more than just the two main characters for the sake of the podcast.
Do we need to? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So, okay, we'll start off with who I perceived our main character to be, which is Shane. So what were your thoughts?
He was like so cute and sweet, and he had, to me, like the perfect life. He was like great at hockey. He had great parents. Why did I feel so fucking bad for him the whole book? Like, it was giving just sad boy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that is definitely part of what it comes with being closeted. So
Yeah.
maybe that's it. But it wasn't even related to that. Like, I would feel so bad for him if they lost. I'm like, oh, poor Shane. Like, this is so sad. I'm like, he literally won the Stanley Cup or something.
Yeah.
Like, multiple times in the book. So it's fine. But I don't know why I felt so bad.
Okay, I put almost exactly that. Like, he seems really insecure in like an innocent kind of way. I don't really know if that makes sense. I thought the beginning where they meet and he like introduces himself to Ilya is literally the cutest, most
cute.
pure scene. And he's being like so genuinely friendly. But I don't know why I feel bad for him. It was like he kept having so much guilt about having sex with Ilya specifically. Like,
Yeah.
it was almost like he couldn't stop himself. Like, it felt to me like he was like spiraling over the fact of like, gosh, I can't stop yearning for this guy and like feeling really bad, like almost in a self-sacrificial way, because it felt to me like he was like, I can't get away, as though it was a toxic relationship, but like it wasn't. It was a choice
It kind of wasn't.
Yeah, it was a choice he was continuing to make, and there was nothing like bad or wrong about it, but I still just kept like feeling sorry for him.
Just something about Shane made me feel so bad for him. And toward the end, obviously things got better and he got more confident. And I just, by the end, I was like, okay, this is the Shane.
Yeah.
How he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But honestly, like most of the book, I was like, this poor little lost soul.
Yes. No, I felt the exact
Mind you, he's
same
winning
way.
MVP of the whole league. And we're like, oh, poor Shane. Like,
yes.
He's mad.
No, I think that he's so sweet and so precious, and something that like I never really considered, because obviously I read all the mainstream books. Everybody's white. It's always a white girl with a white guy is like all that comes across my desk. I absolutely loved that he was Asian. I don't know why. And like, I feel like the actor that they picked for him for the show to a T. Yeah. Literally perfect. I really, really, really enjoyed his character. Just like so sweet. Wish I could just put him in my pocket.
No, yeah, he's definitely sweet. Okay, moving on to Ilya. What are your thoughts on the Russian?
Okay. Obsessed with the fact that he's Russian.
Yeah.
I don't know why. A Russian accent is hilarious to me. In any, I know you're not like a Marvel girl, but the one that's the Black Widow, whoever Scarlett Johansson is, her like parents are Russian. It's literally so funny, just like their accent and the way they say things. And I kept just
They're
reading.
so direct
Yeah,
and like so
yes,
punctual.
yes. Every time I would read anything Ilya said, I was just like hearing it in this Russian accent, and it was cracking me up. And I thought that I really liked how different he was than Shane. He's very just like blunt and straightforward and right to the point and more just like dominant. I loved him.
Yeah, that is my king. I have literally nothing bad to say about him.
Mm-hmm.
He was so fucking funny all the time. And like not even I felt like it wasn't even like she was trying to even make him funny on most of the parts that I found were funny. He was just being blunt and Russian. It was hilarious. And I just love somebody who's cocky. I honestly
Same.
it's you don't even have to be that good at hockey. If you're cocky enough, I'm still going to think that you're the best. So loved that.
100%.
And I think this might be one of my like most favorite male main characters in a romance, like a pure romance that I've ever read. Like I was obsessed because he was still pretty layered, even though he was, you know, just like the funny, cocky player. Like you get enough background information on him to build a bigger picture.
Okay, so like I feel that way too. I would have enjoyed seeing like more vulnerability from him, but I think that that's really like part of his personality is like he's kind of guarded. You feel like he's kind of got some shit going on, like maybe some mental things that he needs to work through. I would have liked to like get to know him a little bit deeper because everything just felt a little bit like there was a wall up for him, but I still think that it balances well with Shane's personality.
Yeah, I feel like it ended up being. It was during Ilya's point of view chapters that I was like, oh, okay, he does have feelings towards Shane. It's not just Shane.
Yeah.
It's not like a one-sided thing, but I love the walls. I'm so happy about the way he was.
Yeah, and something that I wrote is I said one thing I love is a man with walls who loves the fuck out of their partner, and that's Ilya, like to a T. Like I feel like he loves Shane, and Shane deserves that.
100%. Shane deserves that. Okay, so those are our main two men, obsessed with both. And we have a couple of side characters that we can talk about. Do you want to talk about Shane's parents?
Yeah, I just really enjoyed their whole family dynamic. Like they just kind of felt like the perfect little family, so wholesome. Like his mom really was so cute, like at the end where she's like, okay, she finds out about them, which by the way, how hard do you think Shane's heart fell to his ass when his dad walked in on them kissing?
And of course it was his dad too. You know, like God forbid it's the mom, the loving mother who like, knows everything about him anyways. It's his dad who was like blindsided.
Oh my God, like I'm telling you, like my heart stopped when I read that part of the book. But the mom just cracked me up. I love how she was just like, okay, this is what it is now. What's our plan? How are we going to move forward? So supportive, so sweet. And I really hope that like now Ilya, you know, is brought into their family. He feels like he's part of this loving, perfect family because he like mentioned it a few times to Shane, like, you have this perfect life, your perfect little family, whatever. I don't know if it was, I'm sure it was out of some level of jealousy, but now hopefully he gets to be a part of things. And, you know, I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was a mention of it at the end that they were like really welcoming to him after the initial shock wore off. So I'm very happy about that. I don't really have much else to add about them. I mean, I was just happy when they found out so that Ilya and Shane had to actually confront it head on.
Yeah.
They couldn't just like keep pretending that no one was going to find out, and that the parents like really helped. And so that's kind of all I have to say. I don't feel like they played much of a role otherwise in the story.
No, not at all. They definitely were more present in the show than they were in the book, but
yeah,
I still appreciated that. And I feel like it's good for Shane too. Now he has the support of his family and he's not just like out here the only person that knows is his ex-girlfriend, you know.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of his ex-girlfriend Rose, ally.
Yeah, I loved
Like,
her.
I loved her. At first I was like, okay, no, he's not allowed to have a girlfriend. He's not allowed to have a movie star girlfriend. But it ended up working out gorgeously, and the fact that he was able to just like talk to her and like get it off of his chest, which not that he wanted to, she kind of forced him to.
Yeah.
I just, yeah, thank God for her. And she was a perfect addition.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I didn't enjoy reading about that part of the book because I was like, no, 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 no. Like, let's not do this. Let's not backtrack. But she ended up being like a good person to have in his corner. I really appreciated her. And I thought that the scene where she kind of like confronts him about it was really sweet. I really liked how at the end she was like, no, let's actually be friends, not this fake, like we'll stay in touch, but then you actually don't. Like, she was the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Loved her. Okay, who else?
Did you have anything? I wrote down Hayden. He was not like a major part of it. I absolutely hated his character though. And I couldn't understand why Shane continued to be friends with him. All that we really know is like they're friends. They play on the same team. He's got all these kids and a wife. But something I did want to bring up is the bonus scene at the end of the book where they like have dinner with Hayden and his wife.
Oh shit, I forgot to read that. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, they have dinner with Hayden and his wife, and it's really contentious. This is like a week after Shane has finally, I think Hayden like finds out somehow that Shane's girl that he like always hooks up with is Ilya. And so they like have dinner together. Ilya's like really like taunting him about things, about like his relationship with Shane and stuff. And at the end of it, Hayden, everything blows up and Hayden and Ilya start like yelling at each other. And Hayden finally just admits, he's like, Shane, like it hurt me that you felt like you couldn't tell me this. Like we're friends, I love you. And it like really, really hurt my feelings that you weren't able to come to me and tell me this. So that was Hayden's kind of like only redeeming quality for me. Otherwise, I didn't find him particularly compelling. His wife, though, she seems like a queen.
Okay, so I need to read that chapter then. It sounds
like.
Because I don't really have anything to say about him. I don't think I didn't have any super negative feelings toward Hayden before that. But I also wasn't like obsessed. I didn't feel like he added anything. I did think it was funny that Ilya thought he had like 1,000 children and he had 4. Or 3 and 1 on the way, But yeah, no, I don't really have anything else.
Okay. And then the last one that I threw on here was Ilya's family. If you have anything to say about
y'all.
Fuck them hoes. They're so fucked up. The brother, like, I'll kill you.
Literally, Alexi, count your days.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky you got an apartment.
I was so glad when Ilya just cut him off and was like, I'm done. Because what was Ilya getting out of this relationship? Literally nothing. He's just like literally being used for money. These people don't care about him. His dad is kind of a piece of shit, even though, he, God rest his soul, he had dementia and stuff going on, but like he still kind of seemed like an asshole. So
yeah, not somebody I would necessarily like want to give every penny to.
Correct.
But yeah, I'm assuming he just like dealt with Alexi shit to just help his dad as much as he could. But again, like I don't think it was necessarily unfair to try to help with the dad situation because he couldn't be there like in person. So he's like, okay, I'll just send money and make it easier for everyone. But yeah, you got to cut it off at some point or else he's just going to drain you of everything you own.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm glad that it was kind of like clean break with everything that happened with Ilya's family. Like I felt like once his dad died, it was like he kind of was, the guilt was kind of like removed. Yeah, he didn't have any reason after that.
Yeah. Okay. So now we've pretty much discussed everybody in the book. Do you want to talk about the show for just a second?
Yeah, I really do. I don't have like that many notes. I'm just gonna like rapid fire these. Okay. Immediately, Shane. Every bit as cute in the show as he was in the book. Again, the introduction scene was so freaking cute and pure. I also felt like episode 1 was just as jumpy as the book. Like things felt really disjointed where it kept going from this scene to this scene to this scene. Also felt like the show wasn't that good, and I was not feeling the chemistry on the show. That said, when I watched it, 5 episodes were out and I had to wait like a week or maybe a couple days for the last episode to come out. During that waiting period, I found myself thinking about the show a lot. And like,
Yeah, because it's good.
I kept thinking like, I want more. I want to consume more of this. I want to get back to this story. That
was me with Silver Elite this year. Like, you think you don't like it until it's taken away from you, and
yes.
you're like, wait, hang on. Yes. Let me go back to where I just was. How do I make this my whole day?
Yes. Like, you didn't know it, but you're still at the restaurant. And that's exactly how I was with this show. I just still kind of kept thinking about it. But something that, like, I need to say, and maybe I should save this for later, is, like, I did not think that I was not convinced that these two people ever had any kind of animosity toward each other. And I think that the way that it was portrayed to me prior to reading the book or watching the show was that these two people fucking hate each other. I literally never got 1 ounce of that. To me, it just came off as like the media portrayed them as rivals, but realistically, they never had any kind of like animosity or bad blood with one another. And I couldn't be convinced for even 1 moment of the book or the show that these two people felt any way about each other other than like caring about each other.
No, that's the point of the book. Like,
yeah, it's just everybody online.
The meaning has found you. Like,
everybody online is like,
hello, welcome to the plot.
Everyone online is like, these two guys absolutely hate each other. There's so much tension. I wasn't feeling the tension. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They don't hate each other. They don't. I'm convinced people that say that didn't read the book. Like, the book, they've never hated each other.
Yeah.
Ever.
And I did not think that there was even tension outside of the fact that Shane had never been with a man before. So there was more so just like nerves and like not knowing if this is something that he actually wanted to do. That felt like the only hesitation to me. And I didn't think that there was like so much angst or like build up between them. Like, I never felt that way in the book or in the show. I think that's a hot take because I think that people think that there's a lot of like yearning in the show, and I didn't feel that way.
There's yearning after the fact. Like, because Shane is always like thinking of Ilya.
Yeah.
And like, he can't even fuck his girlfriend in peace, you know? Like, there's yearning, but there's not like tension about hockey, which I think that's the whole point, is that everyone thinks this in the industry. All of their teammates, all of their parents, like, everyone thinks that they hate each other, but they don't.
Yeah.
So that's the plot. So I don't know why people are confused.
I don't know why.
I don't feel like it's a hot take.
I don't know why people were online like, these two guys fucking hate each other. Every other word is fuck you. And like, they really hate each other. Like, literally, no, they don't. And they never did. And Shane was always a little sweetie pie, literally from the jump. So I feel like I was set up to believe we were in like an enemies to lovers kind of situation, and like the way we weren't.
No, this was not enemies to lovers. This is like fake rivalry. Is that a thing? Like fake dating, but fake rivalry.
Yeah.
Real dating, fake rivalry.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. I feel like maybe because of that, I wasn't feeling the chemistry between them as much as I think I was led to believe I would.
This is why I don't read shit online about books, because like the preconceived notions can ruin your whole experience for no reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's kind of dumb. I'm sorry that people ruined it for you, but you also got to get out of the thing that you do where you believe people. Like, you can't do that.
That's such a good point, but it's
everyone online is stupid.
And it's like this fell into my lap, mind you. Like, I heard about this through Joey Camasta on The Toast. He's like, have you heard, like, seen this show? And he's like, it is so good. The build up, like, it's really doing it for me. This did not do it for me. The book, I'm kind of really like not burying the lead very well, but like, I didn't find much enjoyment from this story. I thought the characters were cute and everything. I was not fulfilled. It was not a show that I'm gonna go back and be like,
I don't think that you and Joey Camasta have the same idea of what a buildup is, because in our world, the 1 to 2 Chili's world, the buildup is we hate each other, but we kind of think each other are cute, and we touched hands, and does that mean anything? And oh my God, he's really close to my face. Should I kiss him? The buildup for these 2 little gay boys in this book is like, are we going to be together eventually or not? Like, we're having sex. We're going to each other's houses. We want to spend time together outside of hockey. Are we ever going to be allowed to be gay publicly?
Yeah,
that's the buildup.
That's a good point. And also, like, Joey Camasta is a gay man who like seeks a lot of probably more like sexual enjoyment from a story like this than I do. So it just didn't hit for me, I think, the way that it did for a lot of other people. And I'm sorry, I really have enjoyed consuming all of the online content around this show. I'm here for the fanfare and all of that. I
did want to ask you, is like your For You page pretty much just the 2 actors doing interviews? That's all I have on TikTok right now.
Okay, that brings me to my next point. The parasocial relationship with these 2 people is so far beyond normal. Like, people are literally obsessed with these 2. And don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think that they're funny. The interviews are funny. I think that they are great personalities. I think that they have bright futures ahead of them. I think that the casting people nailed it with these 2 on screen and off.
Yeah.
The comments on the TikToks.
Deranged.
Oh my God.
Like, I wish I was the one commenting.
And everybody
I'm not brave enough.
Everybody's
but
like,
it would be me.
Yeah, everyone's like, my close personal friend Hudson, I forgot his last name, or Connor Story is Ilya Hudson Williams. I think that's right. If I see one more comment though on a video of Hudson, who plays Shane, that says, please never get media training, you guys, please come up with your own content. Stop regurgitating the same lines about these people over and over. Is it hilarious? Yes. Is he saying things that people who are media trained would not typically say? Yes, it's funny.
Sure.
Shut the fuck up. Seriously, you guys have never had an original thought ever in your entire life. Like, every single comment section is the same. It's saying the same shit.
It's the same. And also, like, this is giving someone who is in fact media trained in a different way. Maybe not like in the typical Hollywood fashion, but like, he is very good on camera. He's very good at responding to questions. He has media training. He's just still himself, which I feel like is what's so funny about these 2. Like, they're hilarious. I've been loving literally every video. I like get on TikTok and then I'm like, I need to stop interacting with these videos because then I'm not going to get to see anything else on TikTok. But I can't. I'm obsessed. I'm sucked in. I'm like, what are they up to? What questions are they answering? Yeah, I'm obsessed. So now that the Fun Police has finished her discussion of the show, I'm gonna start what I
Good.
have to say.
Good.
But I want to start by saying, like, I'm also stupid. So, and if you're gonna comment on this and say you're stupid, you should have looked into it beforehand, blah blah. I agree. I'm with you, 100%. I did not know that Heated Rivalry was a book 2.
Okay, yeah.
So
we talked about this on our
I'm s-
last episode, and you were like, I don't think there's any other books. And I was like, I don't think there is either. Not only are
there's
there,
like 5.
and this is not the first book. And so in the show, you get book 1's characters. I love them.
Okay, so this is what happened. This is what happened. I'm Snapchatting my friend who had already watched the show. I was like, I'm starting the show. I'm so excited. I just finished the book. And he's like, oh, I haven't read it yet. I've just downloaded it. Game changer. I'm like, no. The show's called Heated Rivalry. The book's called Heated Rivalry. But before that, I was like, but the weirdest thing is happening. Like, there's this whole episode about these characters that are not in the book. I mean, like, they are.
Yeah.
But not main characters, not whole episodes about them. And I was like, this Kip guy is my favorite character on the show. Why is he here? Where did he come from? And he's like, yeah, that's literally the main character of book 1.
Uh-huh.
So now I'm reading book 1 because I have to know. I'm obsessed with Kip.
Obsessed with Kip.
Like,
and their story,
they
to
don't
me,
make a better character.
No, okay. Their story, when it switched, like on that episode, it's like episode 3 or 4 or something. When we switched, I was like, no, like, get me back. What are we doing? The way I wanted more Kip and Scott. Like,
and why didn't we not get more? What they should have done, first of all, first screen should have been, by the way, here's the 2 books you need to read.
right.
And then we could have paused, downloaded Game Changer, finished that up in a couple days. But they should have kept the chronology, like, back. I loved the back and forth of like, now we're back in Russia. I actually paused the episode to see if it was replaying the one that I just watched, because it flashes back to the Russia Olympics, and then it's like playing that same scene at the table with Shane. And I was like, I just fucking watched this. Like, why is it replaying this episode? So I fast forward for a second. I'm like, oh no, I haven't seen this yet. So anyway, Kip, you are my king. I'm about to read your book. I'm so sorry that I have been in the dark for so long.
Yes.
Then come to find out there's a second book that's literally Shane and Ilya's second half of their story that I now have to read. And there's a bunch of others, but I don't know if they're all male. I assume so. It's all hockey.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a lot. And it was a lot for me to find out. Like, I can't remember. I must have been in the middle of reading this, or maybe I had gotten to a part about Scott, and it's like, he's kissing this guy. And I was like, this feels like I have missed something.
like something we should have known.
Yes. And so I went back and I looked on Goodreads, and I was like, that's fucking crazy that they made a TV show based off of a book 2.
Yeah.
And all that we got from book 1 is one little episode. Their episode was so good and so cute.
Oh.
Kip is the sweetest
So
thing.
good.
I love he's just like a normal guy, and that is giving rom-com. Like, I don't know if he owns the juice bar or whatever, or if he just works there.
No, he just works there. He's like broke. Oh, I know this because I've read one chapter of Game Changers. He lives with his dad, and he's like broke.
That's right. Okay. He is the cutest freaking thing. I feel like they really just like nailed the casting too, because I obviously don't know anything about Kip and Scott, but like the characters, they just fit. And I think that
Now here's the thing. Scott Hunter is blonde in the book.
you're kidding. What?
On the front cover, he's blonde. In the descriptors, he's blonde. I genuinely don't know how they found this older brunette man. He's very hot. I'm not mad at who they picked.
same.
I just don't know how casting chose that.
That's a really interesting choice. And I know people do that all the time, but like you want it to be true to the book. I'm sure that was something that people had to get over. But honestly, not a lot of people love a blonde man, so it's probably for the better that he isn't. But the thing about Scott, like, I think he's the hottest character in the whole show.
No,
Um,
Kip is the hottest, but continue.
okay. The way that the man who plays Scott runs is giving Phoebe from Friends.
Oh my God.
Did you notice
Okay,
it?
this is so funny. I didn't notice it, but what I did comment on was the guy who plays Hayden running. They cast this little skinny boy, like literally looks like a tween, who is so skinny and looks like he's never ran in his life, like runs like some sort of child. And they're like, yeah, he's an NHL hockey player.
No, like, it's so fucking crazy when it shows Scott like full blown sprinting in the streets of, I can't remember, I think they live in New York. I'm like, this man's not an athlete. This man is not athletic at all. He looks insane.
Kip has a better body, by the way.
100%.
I'm like, this is the hockey player. You guys are missing. But honestly, like, Kip is so beautiful, such an angel.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to like know everything about him.
No, I seriously,
I'm just like excited that the show brought me here.
I completely agree. I really was like upset when we had to step away from Ilya and Shane's story, only to like for Kip and Scott to usurp them so quickly.
Yeah.
Like literally 10 minutes into their episode, I was like, wait, this is literally better. I prefer this.
And the thing is, like, I love a rich man, like, because
Period.
to Ilya and Shane, neither one of them is the rich man,
Right.
but to Kip, he has a rich man.
Absolutely. That
is how it should
literally like is the allure of sports romance, is that the male main character is rich and they're not going to have to worry about anything. Like, they have it made. They don't have to work, even though usually, you know, the female main character like wants to open up a button shop or like something so niche and stupid.
Yeah.
But just because like she has a passion for working for no reason. But that's the allure of sports romance, of billionaire romance. That's really the best. And so I'm kind of upset that not that I missed the opportunity to read Game Changers, but like that was not my introduction to the series.
No, I know. But the good thing is we really didn't get all of their backstory. We just got their beginning and end. And so I'm hoping that the middle is just as good as those.
Yeah. No, you absolutely have to keep me posted on that, because they really like, it was such a highlight in the show.
Yeah. So I personally think that the show was wonderfully done. Like, it followed the book so well.
It did,
like
yeah.
said, the timeline was perfect. The plot was perfect. And they did obviously add things in to the Shane and Ilya's story. But the only things that they added, I feel like, were for the better. Like, they put more color in the background of, like, Ilya's Russian family and support system there.
Yeah.
And, like, you got more of Shane's parents, and it made the characters so much more well-rounded. So the show is seriously, like, so good. I don't know how you could have walked away thinking literally anything else. It's so fucking good. But yeah, all of the little breakaways from the actual plot of the book were like for the better on the show.
I completely agree, and I think that it was actually nice, like whenever Ilya's dad dies and then he goes to Russia and you get to see like a little bit more of the characters that he's involved with. Again, this story being set up of just like a series of events that kind of happen spread out. The runway is unlimited for you to fill in the gaps, and nobody's going to be mad at you, because it's not like you're changing what happened in the book. You just needed to add a little bit of color. I thought that the show was well done. I just personally was not compelled. I'm more compelled to these two actors. Like, these two men are stars. I don't care what you say. Like,
They are.
Hudson.
No, I have seriously like not been served a single content outside of the heated rivalry
Yeah.
fandom for probably a week because I can't stop watching them.
Yes, he has so much star power. Like he's like you said, he's media trained. He's just a star. Like he just has it. Whatever it is
Yeah.
that it takes, he's got it. I think that Connor is the same way. I feel similarly. I'm obsessed with these two. I just think that people have never had an original thought in their entire lives. Like they comment the same shit on
One
every
thing
video.
that I will say that I know that this would have been like such a deviation from Shane in the book, but did you see the Jimmy Fallon episode? Or like the clips from Jimmy Fallon?
I've seen a few. Which one are you
With
talking
Hudson.
about specifically?
Even though I think he's like showing Jimmy Fallon how to get on all fours.
Okay, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He's got glasses on and he's got his longer hair.
Yeah.
This man is so fucking hot.
Yeah.
And I think so in the show he's supposed to be like Japanese American or Chinese American. I think Chinese. He's got to be Korean. Like he's so hot. It's giving K-pop. It's giving like heartthrob. I'm obsessed. I need him to keep the long hair and the
Same.
glasses at all times. And he had on this like little buttoned up shirt with like a little collar detail. Oh my god, it was so great.
No, he means a lot to me, and I wish him absolutely nothing but the best. I think that he has a bright future in the industry. I think that whatever he wanted to do next, he could. I think that he's a great actor too, because Shane's personality is so far and away different than what Hudson's real actual personality is.
Yeah.
I think the man can do it all. So they really they struck gold with him and Connor too.
And
but
same for Connor, because I feel like when I hear him in the interviews and he's like this sweet little Texas boy and he's playing this like dominant, cocky Russian guy with like it's so convincing. Give him a fucking Grammy. What I'm talking about? Give him an Oscar.
Yeah,
like these two deserve the world.
I completely agree. My only issue is in the book, Ilya is like significantly taller.
Yeah.
And I'm watching these scenes and I'm like, I swear to God, Hudson is half an inch taller than Connor is.
He's actually he's taller than that, but I think a lot of the scenes they would like try to like make Ilya be as tall as Shane, but like it wasn't working because I think the height difference is more like an inch or two in real life.
Yeah. No, that was one thing that like I noticed immediately. Listen, I love these two. I enjoyed watching the show. I think that like understandably so, I'm just like not as interested in gay love stories as I am in straight love stories. And I think that's fair as a straight woman.
Right. Yeah. I feel the opposite. I'm like, how can I get more of this gay shit in my life? Like it has been so nice just because I don't know. I don't get to read that much. Like I had a little bit in some of my other like fantasy books that I read, but not like male. And I didn't think I would feel that way. I was like honestly nervous that I wouldn't be as compelled just because I'm only used to male female. And so yeah, I was like, oh my God, I actually enjoyed every second, need more. Like I can't get enough. So
I'm really happy.
I'm very happy about that.
I'm happy that that was the journey for you and not the fact that, because when we discussed doing this, I was like, what are your thoughts? And you were like, I really am not.
Nervous.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not really interested in that. But eventually, you came around and were like, I think that we need to just do it. And now I'm glad that you're not sitting here being like, I cannot believe I let you bully me into reading this book, because I would have felt really bad. But it seems as though that was a lot of payoff for you.
It's been great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this is like one of the best books.
Okay, great.
Okay, so now going back to the book from the show, let's talk about favorites. So favorite character, I feel like everyone's gonna have the same one.
Okay, it's obviously Shane.
Oh, okay. Tell me why. Tell me more.
I just think that he's such a little cutie pie. Like, literally love. I think about the introduction scene all the time. Like that scene really like means a lot to me. He's so just like sweet and like this little, I think because you get,
It's been like,
yeah, it's like you get the background of his story of his like family, and he's like only child and his parents are so supportive, and he just like, oh, like I just want to,
I don't think you're supposed to smoke.
yeah. It's just giving pure and innocent and sweet, and I just love him. So I'm assuming that yours might have been Ilya.
Yeah, I didn't think that there was even going to be a contest. But it is what it is. The brunette picks the blonde picks the brunette.
Of
We're all
course.
still in happy harmony.
Of course.
This is, again, like I said, this is like literally my favorite male main character in a romance that I've read in the last 3 to 4 years,
Yeah.
bar none. So good, so well written, and just quite frankly hilarious.
Yeah.
So that's why I picked him.
Okay.
What about your favorite scene?
Okay, my favorite scene is the bonus chapter. I do wish you would have read it, but
Damn.
Ilya, you should read it. Like, go back and read it because Ilya is really
Okay.
like funny in it. He's funny in theory. People who are antagonistic like this in person are literally my least favorite kind of person. Someone who is just always like egging people on and like giving people shit, trying to get them to react to something. I don't like that, but it's really sweet. You get to see like another level of how much he cares about Shane, and you also get to see like their dynamic in front of other people. And yeah, it's just really nice and normal for them to have a chance to just be like a regular couple.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna read that because I forgot that I even had access to it. They had all the acknowledgments and stuff, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm finished, but I need to go back.
Yeah, you do. What about you?
I have two. So the one is just like when his parents find out, and Ilya's like, well, I'll just go with you.
Yeah.
And he's like, would you? And they just like go, and they just like go head first into this whole thing, and Ilya's just like so supportive the whole time.
Yes.
Seriously beautiful. And then the other one is like right before that. It's just seriously like one sentence, but whenever Ilya picks up the phone after Scott Hunter kisses Kip and he says, I'm coming to the cottage, I was like, oh,
So good.
oh my God. It's literally he's admitting his love.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's like confessing, I'm coming
Yes.
to the cottage. I was like, that is so just like, oh my God, such a good, it wasn't even really a full scene. It was just
Yes.
that.
Yes, and it makes you like giddy, like yes, like we
Yeah,
finally are gonna
You
get
know
to
what's coming.
Yes, no, those are great. Specifically, in the show when they go to Shane's parents' cabin and they're standing there and they like walk in, and Ilya's standing there like a little boy, like with his hands clasped together. Is like one of my favorite,
really funny.
one of my favorite scenes of the whole show.
Okay, well that's all I've got. So now that we've discussed favorites, let's talk some shit. Katie, you've already been doing that.
Okay.
And you're lucky that you don't get kicked off this podcast. So let's talk about your least favorite character.
Okay, like genuinely I don't have one. I said maybe Ilya's dad, maybe his brother, maybe the guy that gave Shane a concussion.
There's not like really a ton of elucidated characters.
No,
in the book.
no, not at all. So I don't feel like so strongly about any of the characters in a negative way. What about you?
So in the book, Svetlana, because I've said this so many times on this podcast. I don't even know in what context, but I hate when a girl is like, yeah, I know sports. Like my dad, he was the hockey coach, and like this guy's like playing in this way, and this team is definitely going to go all the way, and this team that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you're already in his bed. Like, can you just like give it a rest?
Right.
Like, he picked you. But in the show, she's like my favorite.
No, she's
so
the best.
It's just weird how they took her 5 lines in the book and turned it into something really good for the show.
Yeah.
But in the book, I was like, I felt the same way about her as I did about the entry level Rose Lander. I was like, get the fuck out of here. We don't have room for women.
Right. Right. No, I think that's fair. I really enjoyed her character in the show, and I did not think that I would. I didn't necessarily feel that way about her in the book, outside of just being like, obviously upset that Ilya is someone with someone other than Shane. But in the show, I was like, I kind of want more of her. Like, I wouldn't mind having even more scenes with her involved and getting a little bit more from her. She was great.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Okay,
and now least favorite scene.
Okay, this was extremely easy for me to pick. The eating ass scene, that's one thing on its own. If you want to eat ass, eat ass. Don't kiss me after the fact. Like,
forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Your sexual preferences are fine. I don't want remnants of my own shit inside of my mouth, and that's all I'll say on that.
I'm not gonna pretend like I have any familiarity with like the depth of which you would need to go to get shit remnants. But
some people don't wipe
I
well.
I'm not gonna take the risk. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. That's really fucking funny. I didn't even think about it until he said, like, he like mentioned it. Like, I didn't taste anything. Like, oh my god, why did we have to bring that up?
And like, you know what? We could just not kiss right now. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, that was like, as soon as it happened, I was like, to the notes I go. Least favorite scene. What about
That's
you?
So funny. I wasn't taking good notes during my reading, and so I like don't have anything written down. But then I was thinking back, and the thing that I came to the conclusion of was I really hated when Shane won MVP and then goes to find Ilya, and Ilya's like all upset about Russian stuff, and Shane like leaves just feeling so upset. He's just like, because he's like, not everything's about you, Hollander.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad about something else, whatever. But he's like, Shane is just still so sad. He wanted to celebrate with Ilya and he couldn't. And again, it's just one of those things that I always feel bad for Shane
100%.
no matter what happens.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, like he's like a little puppy. You just want him to. Oh, he's so sweet.
So that was my least favorite scene.
Okay. Now we will talk about our hot takes. I think that you're gonna absolutely hate mine. So why don't you go first?
Yeah, I don't really have. So my only one really. Should there be more hockey? Like, I feel like there should have been more hockey. Because here's the thing, in the show it's easy because you can just show them on the ice,
Right?
And they're skating around doing whatever they do. They have the puck, like hockey is there. In the book it was all just like reflections of how the game went,
Right.
But I really liked the one scene that we got, maybe one, maybe two, where like they were playing together and they were talking about like what's going on in the game or against each other. I liked that, and I felt like if we're calling it a hockey romance, and they're both hockey players, like if this
Right.
was, now when I go back and read Game Changer, if there's no hockey scenes from Scott's point of view, I'm not going to be mad, because first of all I care about is Kip, but second of all, like it's only one character. But in this book, they are both hockey players, so there should have been more like on ice tension.
Okay.
For me.
Okay. I'm going to say my hot take and come back around to what you said. My hot take is literally, how the fuck did they decide to pick this book up for a show? Because there's no meat on these bones. Like, there's not enough going on to me outside of just the relationship, and like it's just like interaction between the two characters. Another one, another one, another one, another one. And there's not enough filler. For me, I would have liked to see more of like Ilya with a friend and maybe like someone who's on his team. Like you're saying, like have a little bit more of some like
Side characters. And
yeah, it's a little
yeah.
bit more personal experiences outside of the realm of their relationship going on, because like I don't know these people is kind of how I feel outside of just the dynamic between the two of them. So maybe it got picked up because, like I'm saying, you have so much space, you can fill in all of these gaps. To me, that makes for like a poorly, it's like not a well-rounded book. Like I don't feel like these characters have as much depth as I would like them to.
I agree with that. I do think, after you've watched the show, you've seen Connor Story's ass.
Of course.
Saying there's no meat on these bones is actually a fucking insane choice of words. However, point taken, like, I do think that side characters matter. And I think that, like, development of the story wasn't perfect because it was really just so much of Shane and Ilya's interpersonal, like, story. And I think that kind of adds to the fact that this is such it's a big secret. They can't really involve anybody. So I get what you're saying. I hear you. I don't think I needed it. I think I was happy with the book as is. But if I had to like cut out some of the romance or like scenes to create like better side characters and like a more well-rounded like background story, I would take that. I would even add like you could even have added 50 pages to this book
100%.
I still wouldn't have felt like it was too long.
100%. I think I would have just liked to see Ilya with his friends, Shane with his friends, Shane being a leader on his team, because I'm pretty sure both of them are like the captains of their teams. And I know I can't exactly remember. I don't feel like this was in the book, but in the show, you see Ilya kind of like, getting people hyped up and everything. Yes, exactly. But I don't know that you necessarily see that. And so for me, I'm like, you continue to tell me that these two are the best in the league and they're such like crazy rivals, but you're not really like showing me that or showing me.
What you're saying is more hockey.
I'm saying that, yeah, I definitely think that even if it's not hockey itself, showing any other dynamic with any other character outside of the two of them together.
Yeah.
However you got to get there is fine by me. If you want to show it through hockey, that's great. Again, this is a hockey book, so I think that it fits.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Is that your only hot take? Okay.
That's my
I do.
only hot
I
take.
agree with you. I feel like it's weird to me that this was the one that was picked up whenever clearly it should have been Game Changers. I mean, I think Heated Rivalry is a better name for a show. It's a little bit more grabby.
Yeah.
And I think that like there's obviously a huge demand for like these closeted sports stories to be amplified, but this is fictional. Like they don't even have the licensing to put NHL, you know what I mean, on the show. So it's not like someone else couldn't do it, but I just think that this must have been a lot more popular than we were aware of in 2019.
Okay.
And I don't even know that I was reading in 2019. So it's not like we were, in the know of what was popular.
Right. And that's kind of like, that was going to be my next question to you is, do you feel like this book too was so popular, so much more popular than Game Changers, and that's the reason why they decided to do it like in this way? I'm confused about the going for book 2, but obviously book 1 is still important and like you care enough about it to include their story. Why don't you just start with book 1? I just would be curious to know the timeline of how things played out to get us to this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I did see some people like, a lot of people on TikTok are like talking about how their husbands are like watching the show with them and like love it. But apparently like there's lore there that this is a what's the word? Like a fan fiction almost of two very real hockey players, one being Russian and one being American, or I guess Canadian, I don't know. But like this girl posted like my husband walked in, watched the first episode and was like, "Oh, this is about this guy and this guy." And apparently it's like a real thing, and so that's probably why this one in particular got a little bit more attention, but I don't know
Okay.
why. Because it's not like the girls or the gays fucking know that. They just liked the book.
100%. That really does make sense. But like you said, nobody's going to know that. Only your straight husband probably is going to know that.
Right.
And like, I'm sorry, but like, this is not for him.
Correct. Unless he's crying with us.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that information will find its way across my desk because I am curious. And listen, we're about to give our final ratings and reviews. And I just want to say, I have so immensely enjoyed being in this cultural moment, like in real time, reading the book, seeing all of the TikToks, watching all of the like post show interviews. Love these two actors. But just getting right into my ratings, I rated this 2.5 stars. I genuinely did not think that this book was good. And I'm just being dead honest. Like, there are a lot of
That's
enjoyable
wild,
parts to this. It feels like
yeah.
there is literally nothing here to me. Like, it feels like I'm reading someone's diary entries. And so, yeah, I think that I would genuinely feel differently had I read Kip and Scott's story first. And I mean that truly.
Yes, if we had the information that we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I'm sure that Shane and Ilya were like somehow side or background
Right.
characters the same way that Scott was in this one.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. What about Chili's?
Chili's, okay, I said, like, I kind of don't know that I'm qualified to judge. To me personally, as a straight woman who doesn't read things like this, and this is so out of my comfort zone, I said like 3.5, maybe 4. But I don't know. Like, this is not my preference for smut, so I don't know if this is like good or not.
Yeah. Yeah, but like really we were rating Chili's on like the content.
Yeah.
You know, like how much. And I feel like that's still kind of fair. I mean, it's crazy to me that I know that you have read scenes with foreign objects up people's buttholes, like a gun or something, or vagina, but like you're not sure how to rate.
Yeah, no, like, I don't know. Like,
Very typical homosexual sex.
yeah, like, is this spicy to gay men? And is it good? I don't know.
That's what I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think it is because I also am still like thinking of the 50 Shades of Grey reference. Like a lot of gay men I think did read that, and I think for anybody that is like, you know, spicy. And I think for anybody Haunting Adeline would be spicy because it's like we have weapons up the vagina.
Right.
Like it's just really not up for debate.
Right.
But this felt like very normal sex scenes to me. So I gave it 3 Chili's, just because for how short the book was, there was actually a lot of sex scenes.
Yeah.
In it. But like in the same way in the show, like they start off really in depth and graphic because this is Shane's like really first time being with a man and like discovering all this stuff, and then they eventually kind of trickle into almost a fade to black, which I was fine with, but there was still the number to number of pages ratio was still pretty high. So I gave it 3 Chili's, and I gave it 4 stars because I am a normal girl who had a marvelous time.
I think that's so fair, honestly. I think that keep going. I think that it's a rom-com, like it's fun. You can rate it whatever you want to rate it. Like, you know?
Yeah. No, but to me, it feels like a personal attack that this is getting lower than 4 stars. So that's just where I am. I'm just still very in my heated rivalry era.
Yeah.
I still have to finish the last half of the 6th episode.
Oh, okay.
So, feeling very defensive, feeling like I love these men more than myself. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
And you know what? I love this whole everything about this entire situation like 10,000 times more after I watched the show. And being
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
in the zeitgeist with everybody else and seeing all of the clips and the edits on TikTok. Like I can't stress this enough. I love it here. I just like
It's not exactly, you didn't like love the literature.
yes, yeah,
The
that's
source material. I was also going to say that
100%.
about The Housemaid. So I haven't seen The Housemaid yet, but they were talking about, like, everyone's like, oh my God, Sydney Sweeney is such a bad actress. Like, she's so bad. And this woman, like, posted a TikTok and she's like, no, she's following the source material. Like, it's just not really the best writing of all time.
That is literally so funny. I have to go see the movie. I've actually seen people say that too, that she's just like not a good actress. I actually already feel that way. So it'll be interesting.
She was really good in Handmaid's Tale, but she was really young. I think she was like,
Everyone
she,
says
16 or something.
she was good in that and that she is excellent in Euphoria. I've never watched either show, so I wouldn't
me
know.
neither.
But I watched her in that rom-com with Glenn Powell. I was shocked.
What was that called?
I can't remember. I was
don't even
shocked that this was like a big name actress because I was like, this girl has never acted before. How?
This is a big tittied actress.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Like, she just has what it takes to get people's attention on a movie.
And that's what it was
And I
giving.
respect that.
That's, yeah. No, I mean, like, look, you got to do what you got to do. I think that that's perfect for like a rom-com. I was not impressed with the acting that I saw. Maybe she does serious roles a little bit better. I don't know. I didn't think that she was a good actress, so.
And something to do with her, like, vocal fry is, like, really weird because it's so specific to, like, this time period.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. I mean, The Housemaid is, like, a modern movie, so it's not like it really matters.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna go see it on Friday, so
Okay.
I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know because I don't know. I'll watch it eventually. I also need to watch Wicked. We did not, unfortunately, end up being able to go see a movie together while you were here, but
Shocker.
that's okay. We'll get it taken care of. But okay, I believe that's everything I had about Heated Rivalry book and show. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say before we move on?
No, I feel like I've said everything.
All right. Well, since there's nothing left to say here, we'll move on and talk about our book for February. We are going to be dabbling back into the world of romantasy. So the book for February is called Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. Listen, I'm going to just...
Never heard of her.
I'm going to just... You guys, picking the book of the month is a hard job, okay? I try my best. I really do. I have been beaten down month after month after month. Getting
By
on
your co-host?
No. By TikTok. Seeing these books, seeing reviews, seeing comments. This is the best book of the year. This is the next ACOTAR. This is the next Fourth Wing. Listen, I don't believe you bitches anymore, but for the sake of views, we have to read books that people care about. And so
Yeah.
I'm giving that disclaimer. I don't know one thing about this book except for people have rated it highly. People continue to talk about it. People are so excited about this book. I am so done making promises to you people about this is going to be the best book of the... I'm done. So we're going to read what you people want to read.
See.
And and we'll report back. And I am making absolutely no promises that we will enjoy it literally at all. I'm sorry, like we can't keep doing this.
The good thing is, once we get through February, I feel like there's a lot of books that we've been waiting for
Yeah.
throughout the rest of the year that are like by authors that we already like. So hopefully you don't have to do too much investigative work moving forward. But if this book does suck, I'm not going to blame you because this was not your fault. Jessa Hastings was your fault.
Yeah.
This is, this is on the TikTokers, and
Yeah.
they have no scruples. They don't care.
I agree. And we are in a lull right now. No one's really come out with anything. We're like waiting on a few books from a few other authors or like from other series that we've read and enjoyed so far. So we're going to see what happens. I'm genuinely hoping that this energy I'm putting out into the universe now is like reverse psychology-ing the whole situation, and that we will actually like this book, because I'm sorry, like I keep delivering bad books, but look, all I have is TikTok and all you bitches are dumb and way too easy to please. So it is what it is. I'm done making promises and hyping books up. We're going to read this book. That's what you need to know.
We're gonna read this book. We're gonna get through it together, as a group. And if it sucks, we'll. Those are my favorite episodes to record, is when the book sucks.
100%.
So, honestly, it's fine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. I need to go to the bookstore probably to go grab that.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be done in time. There is a possibility that we are audio only in February, or that it gets released late. And if that happens, we're sorry in advance.
Yeah. Just, it is what it is. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We know we're like extremely inconsistent, and that's just something about us. But
That's not really that true. We record every month, but
eventually,
you never know what time of the month you're gonna get it. But
Yeah.
this month we crushed. We're early.
Yep.
Happy New Year, everyone! Thank you guys so much for listening to The Club. We are available anywhere you get your podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify. We also do videos typically on YouTube that you can go like, comment, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. We love you so much. So excited to do something new this month. Please let us know if you have any recommendations directly via DM, not via TikTok comments, because we don't trust you bitches on there.
Thanks.
And let us know what you want to hear from us, and we'd be happy to oblige. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your month, and we will see you at the next one.
All right, guys, we will see you in February.
Bye.
Bye.